Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, and in this video we'll learn for loop because for loop is very important in any programming language. Without knowing for loop you can't do anything in coding, okay? Because every time you need to use for loop when you write any code. So in this video we'll learn how you can use for loop. So let's get started. I will give you an example. Like, imagine if you have a box of apples and you want to pick up one apples at a time until the box is empty. But instead of picking up the apples manually, you can tell a robot do it for you. Here is robot, here is for loop, because for loop do the same thing. So how for loop works here? Like, if you have a list of numbers and you want to print it every number sequentially, okay? So where you can use for loop to iterate over every number in list. So here I written a definition. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence. Okay, sequence, that is either list, tuple, dictionary, or set, or string. It can be anything. It's like it goes through each item in a group, like a basket of apples. It goes through each item in a group, does something with each item. Okay, it does this for loop, iterating over each item. Like, I want to print the apple 5 times, so I have to, if you without using print it, I have to write 5 times print statement to print the 5 apples, like this. Okay, then I get the result. And if I use for loop, you can easily you can do this. So what is the syntax of for loop? Here is for variable in sequence. Here you use I is a variable and range 1 6, or if you passed a list, like if I passed a list, it is a sequence, like I written over here list, tuple, dictionary, or set. So it's a sequence. So here I passed a list, so it's a sequence. So a sequence for variable in sequence. I is a variable here and x is a variable here. So if I print this, please notice I will get the same result without manually writing print statement 5 times. I will get the same result. I will tell you what is the range and how you can use range function later. Like, came over list, I took a fruits variable, and inside this variable I take a list apples, banana, and cherry. I want to print the loop. I will get the pin banana, cherry. It will go through the each item in a list. I will discuss over here. It goes through the each item in a list, iterating over every item. And if you are going to pass a list without storing in variable, you can also do this, like this. I don't store in variable this. I will just simply pass the list, whole list. I will get the same result, like over here. Okay, you can also pass a tuple, no problem, no issue. And what is the range? I will tell you the range function, how you can use. Range is a function that you can generate number. Like, the syntax of range is start, stop, step. You have to specify the what numbers from you start and from what number you can stop, and you can also give the step position. And start, if you don't give any number, so it will start from 0 default by default. First number is sequence, default is 0. Okay, and stop is not the fun number where the sequence stop. You have to, it's mandatory, you have to give this. Stop, you can, it's not mandatory. Okay, like over here I go through the 5 times. Okay, 5 1 range 5, so it will print over here 1 2 3 4 5 times. From it will 0 1 2 3 4, not include 5, last number is not include. If I pass 1 means here start, I start from 1 and go until I by 5. If I run this, you'll see over here it will print 4 times hello world, because it will 1 2 3 4, 5 is not included. That's why it will come, it has come 4 times. And if I don't include 1, it will simply give 5 times hello world, because it will start from 0 0 1 2 3 4. 5 is not included, last number is not included, it was written over here. Okay, the number was where the sequence stop, not included. Okay, and you can also give the step. Okay, what step you can go through. Okay, so if I pass the step, I start from 1 and I'll step 2, I will give step 2. So what will the output? It will give 2 times, because 1 first and last 3, 5 is not included, so it will give 2 times hello world, because it will step, I give 2. That's why. You can also looping through string. If you have a string, like Python, I will pass a string, you can print this, you will get every character. Okay, you can also passing through a dictionary. You can also fetch key and values. Also you can get key value at a time. Like over here, and to get only keys, if I take a dictionary, if you just pass the dictionary variables inside the for loop, you will get only the keys name, like Alice, Bob and Charlie. If you want to get values only, you have to use dot values for score in student underscore score dot values. I first pass the dictionary name and then dot values, you will get the only value. Repeat this like this over here. Okay, and if you need this key value pairs at once, for that you have to use dot items for students comma score in students score dot items. If you need to use items, dot items, for getting key and values at once. If I pin this, you will get the result. The Alice score 85, Bob score 90 and Charlie score 78. You will get the key and values at once if you use dot items function. Let's come over using break and continue function. Okay, you can also use break and continue. What is break and continue is using over here? The first I'll go through break. So the break statement completely stop the loop when a certain condition is met. Okay, like here I want to range generate a number till 10. So that's why I use for num in range 10. And what I want to do is that when I will add a if condition, when the name is equal to 5, the loop is break. I just print it and see the result. It will come 0 1 2 3 4 4. I will see that range is start from 0, so it will come 0 till before 5. Okay, because we will give a condition when is num is equal to 5, it will break the loop. Okay, it will stop, not go over the 6 7 8 9. Okay, this is how we can use break statement. It's very important. And continue, skip an iteration. Okay, the continue statement skip the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. Like I will also run a loop and generate 5 numbers, and if num is equal to 2, it will continue. Continue means they skip the 2 and move on to the next number, like this. 0 1 2 is skip, because when the condition met in num is equal to 2, they skip the 2 and continue the next number and move to the next number. This is how it will work. Okay, for loop is very important, and next day I will discuss nested for loop and how you can use nested for loop in dictionary and all that. If you like this particular video, please give a thumbs up, and if you have any query and if you have any issue to understand this problem for loop, please let me in the comment section. Thank you.